Blog Talk Radio.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talent, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening. Grand Rising, and thank you for joining me this morning on The Female Solution, Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness, to start your week off with the Mindfulness Stress Relief Session. Today's show, your dream job awaits you in the form of your business LLC. You see, you were designed to do more than just to go to work at a job that you may or may not like, that doesn't fulfill your spirit. Our guest today, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, and I'm sure she'll tell me if I'm not, Eurydice Moore, MED, PhD, will be our guest to help you find a way to make your business dream become reality. She is an entrepreneur, a 501c3 specialist, author, coach, trainer, keynote speaker, and someone you need to know. So join the conversation this morning at 515-605-9325 and get those questions answered. And be sure and tell a friend, family member, coworker, or hater they're people too, to join the conversation this morning and help someone help themselves. Mindfulness matters, and what you think and what you do matters even more. Today's show is dedicated to those with dreams who are moving in the direction of their dream or running from their dream. So the question is, which one are you? And if you've already fulfilled your dream, we'd love to hear from you as well. Congratulations to Calvin, and you may know him as Snoop Doggy Dogg, who celebrated his birthday Saturday. He was in town. I was able to get an interview. You can see it on my Facebook Live page, Zelda Speaks. He was in town for the play Redemption of a Dog, and it was at McCormick Place. And it was, if you didn't get a chance to see it, well, maybe next time. But anyway, his birthday was Saturday, the same day of the play, and he welcomed Chicago and all his people in Chicago. And thank you for allowing the Higher Learning Network TV show, Tuesdays at 24/7 on the World Wide Web, higherlearningnetwork.org. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to get that footage up close and personal. And there's one thing I could say. The young man is really personable, because 9 times out of 10, the people that you meet, that you see on television or hear about in the entertainment world, they are not what you perceive them to be. They are something other than that. And he is just the opposite. He is just that kind of person. And I can say kudos to his grandma. And he always gives kudos to grandma for raising him to be the young man, the gentleman that he is now. I know that he is in a league of talent that does not have a positive representative of positive representation of women, but he has toned that down. He's making amends, and he's moving forward, and he's living his dream, and he's showing others how to do that as well. And that's what today's show is all about. So are you living your dream? Are you moving in the direction, or are you running from your dream? Today's show is dedicated to the sick, the shut-in, the incarcerated, and those who are in need of helping keep their dream alive. Sincere condolences to my childhood friend, Mary Dolores Maiman, and the Maiman family in Mississippi on the passing of their big brother, Robert Lee Maiman, a.k.a. Wanky, my childhood friend, who made his transition last week and was buried on the same day as his birthday, which was October 20th. And she just also lost her other brother, Shane. His name was Melvin Maiman, like 6 weeks ago, a month and a half. And thank you to all the family who kept in touch with me and let me know what was going on. So let us keep in prayer the Maiman family. And for those who are suffering and who have family members who are in the trenches, who are going through it, because I, too, am going through it. My mother-in-law was just released from the hospital, Mrs. Annie Slaughter. God bless her spirit. She is the mother of my husband, Tony Hobbs, who she is now in hospice. So let us keep in prayer for those who are in need of prayer. If you are listening online today, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure and send in your questions, comments, suggestions. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those good social media websites where this information is available. Today's trivia, if you can name the prize, if you can name the title, you can win the prize. And the prize today is a Higher Learning Network TV show, and they come in purple and black. So if you'd like a T-shirt, and you can call in and tell us the name of the topic of today's show, then you can win that T-shirt. You can also win the audio program, the Mindfulness Stress Relief 21-Day Home Practice Journal. You can also win how to reverse type 2 diabetes, how to self-publish, how to make money mystery shopping, and how to make money on Amazon. There are lots of ways to make money. So, excuse me. If you are a nonprofit and you need to learn how to earn money for your nonprofit, you can go to zeldaspeaks.com, click on training, and there's information there for for-profits as well as nonprofit. And profit comes to us in a variety of ways. It's not always money. In this country, we are bombarded with ways to make money, and money is at the top of our mind. And because this is a capitalistic society we live in, it's always about the Benjamin. So if that is your goal, this is your show. And be sure and check out the show, Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1, channel 19. And as we move from the TV to the spoken word, let us open our pages like you have one too. Well, you can have one. All you have to do is go to zeldaspeaks.com and get your copy of Inspirational Conversations, Volume 2 with Shalom with Israel, a.k.a. Zelda Speaks. And today's reading is coming from Monday, October 22nd. And it says, home accidents are more common than we think. Medicine overdoses, including aspirin, falling, burns from bleach, drain cleaners, pool cleaners, toilet cleaners, and a whole lot more. Hydroxide and hydrochloric, anything can cause serious burns. If that happens to you, wash with water for 15 minutes. Now, what does that have to do with mindfulness? Well, keep listening. Wash with water if you burn for 15 minutes and call poison control and 911. Do not add ointments or powders. Let the body heal itself. Professionals do their job. Because all of the media advertising you see on television tells you to take something or use something that is not always of your best benefit. If you have to go to the emergency room, take all of your medications with you. If someone is regurgitating, wrap your finger in some cloth and wipe the vomit from their mouth when they finish so they don't choke on it. It contains acid, chemicals that burn the throat. Don't put anything on an open wound that you can't put into your eye. And that includes cocoa butter or any other kind of butter. Inspirational Conversations with Shalom with Israel, a.k.a. Zelda Speaks. Well, what does that have to do with mindfulness? Because we have to be mindful of what we allow in our bodies. And most of us put way too much of stuff in our bodies that we really don't need. Can I get a witness? All righty now. Well, now it's time for our meditation session. So we're going to spend about 5 minutes doing this. So what I'd like you to do, good Lord, I see the lights. The phone lines are lit up this morning, and I appreciate that. But we have to do our meditation first. So if you'll just hold on for 5 minutes, and we'll do some breathing that will position you, put you in a place of comfort and ease and knowing and power. Most of all, power. Because when you are centered, you positioned yourself in a place of power. And that power comes from within. Nothing or no one is more powerful than you are in your present state of positivity, of mindfulness. Because when you think as opposed to react, the outcome may be a little different, and you may enjoy the outcome or be pleased with the outcome. So let us become quiet and become still, and hopefully we're sitting up straight in a chair, feet flat on the floor, back erect, hands by your side, and closing your eyes. You should be looking at nothing but the inside of your eyelids. And begin the process of breathing. You'll count to 6. Inhale, hold it for a hot second, and exhale to the count of 6. And when you're breathing, you need to feel the chest rise when you breathe. And you need to feel the chest lower as you breathe. Because if you don't feel your chest inhaling and as you exhale, if you don't feel it moving, chances are you're not breathing deep enough. And if you're on a breathing machine this morning, we understand you may not be able to take those long, deep breaths, but do what you can. Do what your body allows you to do. So I'll count the first few times, but then you count to yourself because I'll be speaking to you. Inhale deeply to the count of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue breathing. Knowing that you are at the right place at the right time, giving thanks for the breath. Because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but today you chose to be with yourself because you love yourself and you appreciate yourself. So let us repeat the words to ourselves or out loud. Words have wings, so let's give them wings. I appreciate who and what I am today. I appreciate who and what I am becoming today. I appreciate the power that is within me, that is continuing to develop today as I continue to breathe the breath of life into my life and to that which unfolds within me. I give thanks for the breath that comes through me in the form of the lungs. I give thanks for the energy that is circulating throughout my body, beginning at the top of my head, moving through the top of my forehead, my eyebrows, eyelashes, eye sockets, my cheeks. Oh, yes, I give thanks for the cheeks that give me a smile when I need one. Continue taking those long, deep breaths and give thanks for the lips and the chin and the chest and the neck and the shoulders. We give thanks for each and every part of the body, continuing with the arms and the elbows and the wrists and the fingers and the thumbs, the top of the hand, the inside of the hand, as we move down to the chest, the solar plexus, the stomach, our sides, the buttocks, the hips, the liver, the lungs. Ah, yes, breathe deeply. As that energy continues to circulate and percolate throughout the knees, the shins, the ankles. Oh, we give thanks that the energy continues to flow through the toes, through the arches, the top and the bottom of the feet. And as that energy runs up and down from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, we give thanks for the energy that moves, thinks, and has its being in, through, and around us. And as we give thanks for the heart, the liver, the lungs, the pancreas, the spleen, the kidneys, oh, joy of the kidneys. We give thanks that they are moving and functioning properly. Whatever diagnosis that we may have been given, because we know that the body heals itself. We give thanks for the breath. We give thanks for the colon, because it is the one organ that we must keep clean, constantly clean, if we are to expel all the mucus and the toxins from our bodies. We give thanks and we breathe. Excuse me. And as we continue to breathe, we take one long inhale, hold it, and exhale, face forward, chin to chest, slowly rotating the head to the left, slowly, slowly, slowly. You move way too fast. Your head should just getting to the back, and slowly moving around to the right, slowly, slowly, slowly. You should just be getting to the right. And now slowly bringing your head around to the front, chin to chest, reversing your head to the right, slowly, 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 around to the back. You may feel a pop or two. It's just the juices flowing, fluid flowing from the body, and you're hearing it. Slowly bringing the head to the left and slowly bringing it around to the front. Head down, chin to chest, looking straight in front of you, looking to the left. Hold it, stretching it as far as you can, and bringing the head to the right, slowly, stretching as far as you can, taking a long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. Hold it, and exhale. Repeat these words out loud if you can. Inhale deeply. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. Once more. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. One more time. Say it like you just won the gazillion-dollar lottery. Because I know some of you played that lottery this weekend, didn't you? Yes, you did. Now say it like you just won that lottery. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete, just as I am. Now shake those shoulders, those arms, and those feet. Twist it. Give it a little movement this morning. As our Friday morning host, Vieta, would say, rotate those wrists and rotate those ankles. Give that body some movement. Get those shoulders moving. Give the body some energy. Give it what it needs. You've already blessed it with the energy. So now, why not bless it with some movement? You have just armed yourself. This is what Dr. Maya Angelou says. If you don't know who Dr. Maya Angelou is, she is poet, author, screenwriter, filmmaker, singer, artiste, who made her transition. She spoke the poem, I Rise, at former President Barack Obama's swearing-in ceremony. If you don't know who Maya Angelou is, you owe it to yourself to find out. Because if there was no Angela, there would be nothing to remember her by. Dr. Maya Angelou. And as we come to a close of the meditation session, take that with you today and try that breathing exercise. It doesn't have to be that long. You can do that in a matter of 30 seconds or more. If you are confronted with a situation or a person that is giving you the blues, that is trying to wreck your last nerve, you simply start breathing on them, and they'll say, good Lord, what was that all about? What is wrong with that child? But chances are, they'll walk away they will leave you alone. And that is crucial. You need to be left alone sometimes. And that will definitely help you. And if you just happen to have a little garlic or ginger on your breath, trust me, they will back away. And when you get a moment, be sure and check all that more tips and techniques on my YouTube channel. It's called Zelda Speaks Mindfulness. And there are tips there, as well as testimonials from others who have been blessed with that breathing session and sessions similar to it. And feel free to subscribe while you're there. We'd love to keep you updated on new techniques that can help you, empower you, to give you what you need to get your day started. Now, that may be a bit much for some, but if 5 minutes is too much for you in the beginning of your day, find it somewhere, because you're worthy and you deserve the very best. If you're listening online, and we know you are, we give thanks for you. If you're on the East Coast, West Coast, whatever the weather is inside is what's important, the weather within, in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, because it can be raining, snowing, or hurricane. If you are okay, if you are at peace with self, things that happen around you will be just that. Of course, you'll be affected by it. And we pray for those who are affected by the turmoil, the chaos, and the hurricanes, and the tornadoes, and the tsunamis that are going on in the world today. And we keep them in prayer, because what happens to our brethren also happens to us. It's a cyclical effect. And I don't know if you saw the news over the weekend. I'm sure you did. All the people trying to get into the United States. Bless them in their travel. Do not be stingy with your space. This is not your space. You are part of the planet. Yes, this is your space, but we have to share, whether we like it or not. We are all sisters and brothers of the Most High. And let us stay tuned to the Most High. If you just joined in this morning, you'd like to join the conversation, we would love to have you, 515-605-9325. And our guest this morning is the one and only Wow, did you hear that? Things are moving this morning. Maybe we need to go to a commercial break and come back. Our guest is Eurydice. Am I pronouncing that right? Eurydice Moore, M-E-D-P-H-D, who is our guest this morning. And she is on the line. And thank you for joining us this morning as we welcome you, 773-544. Thank you for joining us on Blog Talk, the Female Solution. Your line is open. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed the breathing technique.
Oh, wonderful.
I participated.
Oh,
that's something I'm going to do more of, because I'm too busy. I need to slow down.
Because you need to take care of you before you take care of your clients.
Amen.
You can't take care of anybody. You can't take care of anybody if you can't take care of yourself. You are such a wealth of knowledge. I'm looking at your bio, and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, this and you said just what I was thinking. I'm thinking, when does she sleep? There is so much that you offer the public for those who are looking to build their dreams or move forward with their dreams. Excuse me. You have such a wealth of information, and I don't want to interrupt you when you begin this and sharing this information, because there's so much. So what we're going to do is take a commercial break, our first break, and we're going to come back and just let you do what you do, girl. Did I pronounce your name right? How do you pronounce your first name?
Eurydice.
Eurydice. What did I say? What doesn't matter. Eurydice is.
I don't know. You were close.
Okay. Eurydice. So I need to break that up. Eurydice. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Eurydice, this morning. As we take a quick break, we'll be right back here on the Female Solution. Thank you for holding on. We will bring you some very important information, so stay close.
Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world.
Big difference.
Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/The Media Connection TV.
YouTube it. We'll see you soon.
There are people who choose to make a positive difference in the world. Our job is to bring you their stories to motivate you to do the same. Join us each week, host John Alexander and Naima Latif, as we bring you the educators, entertainers, elected officials, religious leaders, and community activists whose works are transforming this world. Find out how you can make a difference too. Be inspired. Watch The Media Connection. Mondays at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 12 noon on Cable TV, Channel 19 in Chicago. In other cities, check your local cable listings.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Community and police need to come together again. Police need to walk the streets, get to know the citizens. They can ride the buses, the the subways, and once again, become the officer friendly we always hear about. Police are the front line between us and the criminal element. As mayor, I will begin programs to assure they will get to know us as our neighbors.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Do you worry about finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answered yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down-to-earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul, whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to zeldaspeaks.com or call 312-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's zeldaspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit zeldaspeaks.com.
Are you having challenges with your 2-year-old who has suddenly discovered they have a free will and has learned to tell you no? Are you having challenges with your 8-year-old who has suddenly learned how to tell untruths in order to avoid punishment? Are you having challenges with your 13-year-old who has suddenly realized that they know everything and you know nothing? Parenting is a challenge. Our children are here to learn and grow in understanding so that they can reach their highest creative potential and contribute to a new world of peace and harmony. To do our part as their teachers and protectors takes wisdom, patience, and skill. Join me, Naima Latif, and facilitator Mark Shahid on the Parenting and Family Reconstruction Learning Lab every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time on American Muslim 360 Blog Talk Radio. Tune in at www.blogtalkradio.com/American Muslim 360. Call in with your questions at 515-605-9891. That's 515-605-9891. Spare the rod. Love the child.
Hi, I'm Beloved, and I'll be joining the Female Solution family on Saturdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. with a brand new show entitled Women Entrepreneurs International. Women Entrepreneurs International empowers women to be financially free by starting their own home-based business. I look forward to being with you Saturday, 12 noon. Call in 515-605-9325. We, WEI, We are the answer.
Grand Rising. Back here on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. And my very special guest, Eurydice. Did I say that right? Eurydice Moore?
Eurydice.
Mm-hmm. Eurydice. I got it. Excuse me. Eurydice Moore. You say it. It sounds so much better when you say it.
Yeah, my mama did it to me. Okay,
girl, what was your mama thinking? I know there's a story behind that name, so you gotta share it. What is it?
Yeah, she was taking a college course in humanity, and she made a vow that she was studying Greek mythology, Orpheus and Eurydice, and she made a vow that her first daughter would get that name. So I got it.
Wow. Well, bless your mom, because mothers have insight that we don't have, because I understand your feelings about this, because when my mom named me Zelda, I was like, I hated that name as a child. I'm like, that was the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz. Who wants to be named after a witch? But then life goes on and you kind of grow into your name. Is that what happened to you? You kind of grew into it?
I grew into it, and for years I just had people call me Ann. That's my middle name. And then I met a college professor, and he told me the meaning of the name. He was an ancient Greek professor, and he said that I was 32 when I found out what the name meant. He said, your name means justice spread far and wide.
Wow. Justice.
Yes. And I've been loving it ever since, because I'm always advocating. I'm always fighting for people. And I was doing that before I found out the real meaning of my name.
You were fulfilling your purpose and you didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it, Zelda.
Praise God. Oh, Lord. People want to talk to you, girl. The lines are lit up. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak, and we'll bring you on shortly. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from the west side of Chicago, East Garfield community, a Flower High School graduate. And the Lord blessed me to attain 7 degrees. I have an associate in medical lab technician. 7. I have an associate in medical lab technician, a bachelor in health art, 2 masters, one in human services administration, the other one in urban education, and then I have a PhD. I have really 3 PhDs, but I only list one, and that's the 3 PhDs in biblical studies, theology, and pastoral counseling.
OMG. You haven't slept since 1971, have you? You haven't slept since 1971, have you?
You've been keeping me busy.
You're not real.
All for his glory, all for his glory, and for his people.
Girl, you catnap. There's no way in the world that you could sleep a full 8 hours. There is just no way. It's not humanly possible. Wow, what possessed you to get so much education? You got over 30 years experience.
It's God. It's all God. Because every time I would get out of school, he would say, go back. And then when I finish, go back. And, you know, I give him the glory because I had a learning disability. And I used to just get used enough. And by the time I got to the 5th grade, I knew what my report card was going to have. And I was so sad. I went home, and my great-grandmother, Anna White, my caretaker, my guardian, I stood before her with my report card with my head down. And I told her I'm so tired of making bad grades. And she told me something that I live even now. She said, you go in your room, get on your knees, and talk to God. Because she knew she couldn't help me. She knew she couldn't help me. I would sit in the classroom, and I didn't understand nothing the teacher said. That was my grade. And she couldn't help me, so she pointed me to the person that could, and that was G-O-D. And I got on my knees, and I said, God, if you are up there, Big Mama told me to talk to you. And I said, God, I am so tired of making bad grades. I was 10 years old. Will you please help me? And then I got up and I skipped out the house and went outside to play. And then when I came back, it was dinner time. I was called in for dinner, and I got very sick. See, healing was coming. Deliverance was coming. I got very sick, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I passed a mass. And after that, healing had came through my body. I began to understand what my teachers were saying. God took away the learning disability. And those U's and F's turned into E's and G's. And then I graduated. And then I graduated 12 out of 170 students from high school. And then God went on and took me for the associate, the bachelor, the master's, and the doctorate. And then he had me to work in 15 different industries. You know, I worked in, and God given me the ability to relate to anybody. He given me the ability to relate to anybody and understand any project that people want to do. You know, I've been an educator. I've been in health. I'm in ministry. I'm an ordained minister. And God has used me to conduct services and to pray over children. And adults get in the line. Adults get in the line to receive healing. And then there's been testimonies where people, the children test scores went up another level. Their grades went up. Their test scores went up. So I give all glory and honor to God. I tell you there that God is good. God exists. He exists. So he took me, and then he blessed me with all this education, and I don't owe a dime. It's all paid for.
Girl, that was my next question. How did you pay for all of this?
He gave me strategies. He gave me strategy. I walked into scholarships, fellowship. I worked jobs where they had the tuition reimbursement. And then when I looked up, everything was paid for, you know, and I even prayed for people for God to do debt cancellations, you know. So I'm just happy. And each time he told me, you know, go back to school, and he put me in acceleration programs where I would only have to be there 18 months or a year. You know, it's all God and none of me. I didn't want any of this. I promise you, I didn't want any of this. I just wanted to be a lab technician, get married, have a house, a husband, a child, cat, dog. That was my goal. That was my dream. But then God had a plan, you know, and we have to walk out his plan, his ways. And so I just humble myself. And so now I help people. God gives them dreams and mission. And many people that I meet, they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. And so that is my mission, helping people to start with the dream that God has given them. And many of the dreams is in the area of not-for-profit. Okay, people are like, okay, God, you want me to open up a shelter. You want me to help victims of domestic violence. Okay, you want me to help the seniors, women with children, provide services for youth. How do I start? And they don't have a clue. And that's where I come in. That's where I come in. And I'm a 501c3 specialist. And the Lord has blessed me to be doing this since December 4th, 2004. So I have a 14-year background. And the Lord, Zelda, I give God the glory and the praise. The Lord has blessed me with a 100% success rate. All my clients get their 501c3. And IRS received 1 billion applications for a 501c3 approval, and less than 400,000 is awarded every year. They are not easy to get. You have to know the not-for-profit language. You got to know the not-for-profit language. And so that God uses me to help people set up their not-for-profit. Because I came across clients, they just threw up a website, passed out business cards and brochures, but they didn't have the paperwork together. And the scripture said we have to render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. You know, they got God, dream, and vision, but we live on a planet where they deal with paperwork. And you have to deal with the government. You have to deal with Caesar. And so they don't. I have to tell them, shut it down. Because if you don't shut it down and they find out that you are out here operating, and then this is big among a lot of churches, small churches, then you will be fined. They will fine you and shut you down. So I said, okay, let's rewind. I have to take them into the rewind mode. Okay, there's a process we have to go through. So I walk people through the process. A lot of people don't know you have to have your paperwork together with Jesse White, Secretary of State. You have to have your paperwork ready together with Lisa Madigan office and the IRS. They don't know that in the Department of Revenue. They don't know. And so then I just help them through that. 501c3, we hear that all the time. What does that mean? Some people, all they know is that, okay, I get a 501c3, then I can apply for grant. But it is much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. When a non-for-profit has 501c3 determination status with the Internal Revenue Service, that means the funding that comes into your organization, that means the donation, the contribution, grants, any bequest, someone died and leave your organization money from the insurance policy, it will be tax exempt on the state and federal level. A lot of people don't know that. All they know is grant. It's much bigger than that. When you have that 501c3, then you're eligible to apply for sales tax exemption. What do that mean? That means that when you go into a store, Costco, Staples, Jewels, a furniture store, car dealer, and you purchase an item in the name of the non-for-profit, it has to be in the non-for-profit name, then you do not have to pay taxes. You just pay for the purchase. A lot of people don't know that. The 501c3, when you have that, then you're eligible if you're non-for-profit owned property. You're eligible to apply for property tax exemption, where you don't have to pay taxes on the properties that the non-for-profit owns, and you are exempt from the water bill, paying water bills. People don't know that. And lastly, also with that 501c3, you can, when you have a gala, a dinner, you have an event, so people can donate space to you to have it, and they can write it off. Or if they choose not to donate space to you, then they can give you below market rate, where they will charge someone $1,500 to use their facility. They may charge you $300 or $500, which is quite a saving. for the not-for-profit. And then people can donate equipment, supplies, property, cars, boats, household goods to you, clothing, the artwork. So much could be donated to you, as well as you can be eligible to apply and receive private, family, and governmental grants as well. So the 501c3 is much bigger. It's more than just grant. It's more than just grant. And so those people that I help them through the process. They have to become incorporated. They have to have a board. They got to do bylaws. They have to get their 501c3. And then once they get the 501c3, they have to register it. There's about 4 governmental agencies that they have to register that 501c3. So God has used me. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I have also helped people in resource development, churches, schools, agencies. And last time I checked was over $3 million in resource development, because I want to help people to get beyond the grants. I'm not saying eliminate grant money, but also include, expand your pie, because there are so many other ways to get money into your organization. And he blessed me to write a book, and I wrote a book on that. Anybody want other information on that, they could just contact me, at 7735.
How would they contact you? What's your contact information? Your contact information?
773-544-5341, And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to serve people. If you go to a lawyer to get your 501c3, you got to pay $3,500 to $4,200 for them. And
yes,
if you go to they're expensive. You go to a CPA, that's anywhere from $2,500 to $2,800. My rate is usually $1,250, but twice out of the year I do what is called a special. God helped me to do special, where with me it's only doing those specials, which is only twice a year, and I have an end of the year special going on now, from October 1st till 2018 till January 1st, 2019, where they can get their 501c3 done by me for only $500. And there are some restrictions. And it doesn't include the governmental fees. You have to pay the governmental registration fees. So, and God put that on my heart to do that twice a year. And now it's a time. And if anyone want to tap into that, once again, I could be reached at 773-544-5341. So that's what I'm about. I'm about helping people fulfill the dream that God gave them, to help them in setting up.
We're going to go to the phone line.
Okay.
We got people waiting for you, girl. We're going to go to 800-937. You're live on the air on the Female Solution. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? 1-800-937. Good morning. You're live on the air. Who's this? I hear static. We can't hear you, so I don't know if you're driving or what, but you are live on the air, 1-800-937. Okay, we will come back to you. We're going to go to 11111, and I think you know who you are. Grand Rising. Hi, who's this? Where you calling from?
Oh, hi, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear. What's your name?
My name is Mahogany.
Hi, Mahogany. Where are you calling from? What city are you in?
I'm calling out of New York.
New York. Wonderful.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us this morning. You have a question for our guest or a comment?
No, I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying the show. It's really helping me get through the morning right now. I'm on bed rest right now and kind of going crazy, so shows like this really help.
Oh, wonderful. God bless you for calling in. Praise God. Thank you. Is there anything in particular that you need answered?
No, like I said, I was just calling in to say hello and say I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on
Okay.
maternity leave and on bed rest right now, so I'd love anything that can help me pass the time.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. I know it may not seem like congratulations is in order, but we do know that God is in control. And sometimes God just has to sit us down and have us flat on our back in order for us to get our attention. And I understand that because I've been made to lay flat on my back for about 6 months. So hopefully yours won't be as long. And whatever you're going through, just know that God's got your back, whatever it is. And this is a time for you to take some special time for you, because this is about you and the life that you carry within you and the life that you will bring forth. And you cannot do that when you are not centered, and that your womb, the oven that produces the heat and the light that you're going to bring forth. You cannot bring that forth if you are not in a good space. So thank you for listening and being aware that this is your time, and that you will continue to listen and do wonderful things with your life and the life that you will bring forth. Thank you so much, Mahogany. We appreciate you. And please keep listening this morning.
Thank you very much.
And much success on your delivery and your growth and your spiritual growth in this journey. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling. And you have a great day, my dear. Thank you, Mahogany, for calling. Let us go to the phone line. I do believe we have 800-937. If you are able to speak, we can hear you. Well, maybe we can hear you, but you can't hear us. 800-937-8997. We'll come back to you, and we will go to 773-544. I'm sorry, 77. I'm sorry. Put your glasses on, girl. 773-358. You are live on the air on the Female Solution. Grand Rising, where are you calling from? What's your name? 773-358.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Keith Whitfield. I'm calling from Chicago.
Good morning, Keith. Grand Rising. Thank you for joining us.
You're quite welcome.
I do believe Keith is one of the businesses that you helped. Is that correct, Eurydice?
Yes, Keith is a client. Yes.
So, Keith, tell us who you are and what your business is about, if you would, please.
Well, my name is Keith Whitfield, of course. My business is Student Asset not-for-profit, which Dr. Eurydice has been so instrumental in helping me get that particular 501c3 status implemented. And I really thank her because I saw one of her posts on LinkedIn, I believe it was, and I gave her a call. And I seen her post for about maybe 5 or 6 months. I took note, never gave her a call back because I wasn't ready. Finally gave her a call back, and she called me back, spoke to her, and she got a little bit of information about what I do, and I told her, and she just laid out the format, the steps that I need to follow in order to get it done. Student Assets is a not-for-profit academic, financial literacy and academic enrichment program. where we build elementary ecosystems for K-12 and their families. And Eurydice was very instrumental in helping me get it.
Can you break that down in layman's tongue? Can you break that down in layman's tongue so we'll know what that is?
Okay, what I do, yes. What we do is create programs for K-12 students and their families where we teach them financial literacy, allow them to understand budgeting, understand savings, understanding interest rates, understanding how certain financial instruments can be useful for them as well as be a detriment to them, like overusing credit cards or things of that nature. From an elementary standpoint, what we do is build the assets, hence student assets. So we create assets in the very early stages of their lives so that we can close the poverty gap.
Wow.
My mother had a sixth grade education, and I didn't learn. My mother couldn't teach me about finances. She only had a sixth grade education. Now, she did teach me in a ways that it was indirectly. She was very unconscious. She didn't know she was doing it because we were very poor. My mother would take $2 and stretch it. We would have beans and rice the next day, and then we would have maybe some greens and rice pudding the next day. So she was able to stretch. So I learned a lot of budgeting without her even knowing it from my mother. I had to go back and revisit all the things when I was a young kid because I never knew I was poor. I had 3 swell meals a day. But I never ever was able to build an ecosystem, financial ecosystem, so to speak, that my mother only taught me what she knew, and that was to go to school, get a good education, get a good job. And a lot of times jobs are a good start, but it shouldn't be. It should just be a means to an end. If you just have a job plan, then that's what your plan is going to be. But if you have an ecosystem asset building plan, that's exactly what that's going to be.
Keith, is that something? Do you have like a TV or radio or something in the background? We hear a lot of static in the background. I don't know what that is. Is that you, or is that?
No, that's not me.
Eurydice?
Okay, I'm checking.
Yeah, because there's a lot of static in the background. I'm not sure what that is.
I had you on speaker.
Oh, okay. Well, we hear something. Okay. Okay. Now, Keith, can you go back and explain the word ecosystem, because you use that word interchangeably, but I want you to hold that thought. Share that thought with us very quickly. Then we're going to take a commercial break and have you come back and explain that even more. Well, as a matter of fact, it's a little bit after 2. Just hold on a second, and we'll come right back. So just stay close.
This is Minister Cynthia Marie Williams, spiritual counselor and advisor. I invite you to a private reading in the areas of business, health, finances, relationships for an introductory cost of $20. Please call, because there is a higher power that can help me help you. 312-802-4743. Peace and blessings to you all. Call me, 312-802-4743.
Hi, this is Beata, your holistic life coach. Every Friday morning, I'm on the Female Solution. I'm also blogging live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soul Purpose Healing, where I help you get back into alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. On Sunday, you can call in at 215-383-5863 or go to www.blogtalkradio.com/soulpurposehealing. When I'm not doing spiritual adjustments on Blog Talk Radio, I'm helping clients reduce the stress in their lives with EFT, essential oils, and cost-saving health plans like AmeriPlan. AmeriPlan is a better way to save money on your health care expenses. There is more information on how to contact me at www.yourholisticlifecoach.com. Till then, stay in joy.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. A previous mayor destroyed the great assets in the middle of the night, forcing corporate and private aircraft to land elsewhere. Jobs and revenue was lost, and convenient access to the business in the downtown area is gone. As mayor, I fully intend to reopen Meigs Field.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Hi, I'm Wanda Carter, producer of the Woman to Woman TV show. We'll be joining the Female Solution radio show on Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. with a panel of women discussing everything from romance to finance in order to find solutions to the daily challenges we face. So get a pen, call a friend, and stay tuned in to the Woman to Woman show with Wanda Carter on the Female Solution radio show. Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. Call in and comment at 515-605-9325. Press 1 to join the conversation, and let's talk about it, woman to woman.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks, and her very special guest, Dr. Eurydice Moore, PhD.
All right, you got it.
I got it, yay! Dr. Eurydice Moore and her guest, Mr. Keith Whitsey. And Dr. Moore is an entrepreneur, a 501c3 specialist, author, coach, trainer, keynote speaker, and someone you need to know. And Keith, you are a client, and you were of Dr. Moore, and you were telling us a little bit about how she has helped you. Can you tell us a little more about how she has made a difference in the quality
Correct.
of your business?
Correct. In terms of the process of getting the 501c3 done, Dr. Eurydice Moore has been very, very efficient in how she went about it. I will call her, or she would email me, and we communicated a lot through email, so you have to check your emails. She would ask you for certain documentations, certain pieces of information in order to move the process forward. It was mutual and action on both of us. She was requesting documentation. She did her part. I provided the documentation. I did my part. And it was a seamless process, very seamless process. I think I started the process in June or late May, I believe it was, and then July I had my 501c3. Like I said, I couldn't have stumbled across a better individual to get this process done, and the price was right. Hello? Hello?
And I accidentally muted my mic. And there's nothing like the price being right. And there's also nothing like the I am hearing a little feedback here. Hopefully that just got rid of it. Not only was the prices right, but the fact that you communicated with each other, and
Correct.
that wasn't a problem.
No, very, very important process. Dr. Eurydice Moore stressed the fact that she has a 100% success rate in getting 501c3s, and I can see why. Because she was very detailed, she was very explicit in what she needed in order to get what she needed to be done, and I just followed the direction. I just followed the steps to get it done, and it was not a hard process. It was just giving her what she would needed to, provide her what she needed to get that particular process done. So I was very pleased of her knowledge, her efficiency, her communication. Skills were off the charts. Her feedback was off the charts. She was able to respond in ways that made it very, very easy to get through this process.
And how long was this process? How long was this a dream? How long had you, because you mentioned that you did not call her right away and you'd seen her number like 6 months ago. How long were you really working on this dream? We know you waited 6 months before you contacted her, but how long were you working on the dream before you began the process?
I would say, about maybe, let me see, 2000. I would say since 2009.
Wow.
I'm a former teacher, and Chicago Public Schools. I taught Chicago for over 10 years, and the system was trying to understand how my kids were. And I don't want to put focus on me. I really want to put focus on Dr. Moore. But I'm teaching to understand how this process, how I evolved into where I got in order to meet Dr. Moore. Chicago Public School for over 10 years. I taught at the elementary level, mostly on the west side in K-Town area, where you had very, very high underserved population in terms of services, in terms of economics. And I was going through that particular CPS process, teaching kids, and our kids are, and an awareness came that I was in a process that although I was trying to make a difference inside the system really wasn't working for our kids. So in 2011, I left CPS and then conceived student assets. It was theoretical. It was an idea at the time, but it was a dream and a purpose that I had that I needed to fulfill because I wanted to make sure that our kids were being educated in the real way, so to speak, not just through the teaching process, but also through the application process and how that process impacted them from not only academic standpoint, but from an economic standpoint.
So it took a while. No, go ahead. Complete your thought.
Yeah, one of the things that we find is that we encourage our kids to get a good education, and then we really don't have a place for them to apply that education in a sense that you're gonna get a return on that investment. If you know, the pundits talk about jobs, but what they don't talk about who creates the jobs, who control the jobs, and so our education needs to be about creating. When we send our kids out to school, we shouldn't have to encourage them to go get a job in the majority ecosystem, the majority system, corporation, and then when they come home, they stressed out, they underpaid, they're disgusted, and then they change the jobs, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year. It's because the education of making their life conducive to their self-sufficiency and self-reliance is lacking in the education process.
Mm-hmm. You just said a mouthful, because we are taught by the elite to get a job, get an education, and then go work for someone else. We are not taught to become self-sufficient and think out of the box, because we're go ahead.
Zelda, you know, self-sufficiency is a very key aspect of your education. Self-sufficiency and self-reliance in your education. And although when I say self-reliance, when I mean that you have to have a thought process to connect as well, such as the connection I made with Dr. Eurydice Moore. So we're not in a bubble. And so I think that we have to recognize the resources that we have out there, such as Dr. Moore, and then how to tap into those resources so that we can begin to expand our ecosystem based on the resources that are available to us, because a lot of times, a lot of the resources and information is available to the majority of the population, but not necessarily to us because it's been withheld from us. So we're going to have to start building, building our own. When you ask me the question about ecosystem, it's no more just the place where you are and how you can make where you are grow for the sufficiency of your person, of your family, from a very personal standpoint, and then begin to use those resources to expand that ecosystem. And the ecosystem no more than just, very simplistically, just an environment which you create processes and systems that's going to give you a return on your efforts that benefit you in your community, without the control of someone else that can impact your life. In this case, when we send our kids off to school, what we're doing, when we send kids off to school, when they get an education, we send them on back to the corporate landscape. So I usually use another word and another term, and those are like 16, 11 terms. 16, 11 terms, 17, 16 terms, which is the plantation. And so what happens is that we have been stamped and approved, and that's what I love about Dr. Moore. We have been stamped and approved with our degrees. And so what that is validation by the majority population or the plantation owner. We've been stamped and approved. In other words, they had to have a way after slavery was ended. And that process was to say, okay, look, they walked off, they got their freedom, but we got to get them back because we're losing tons and tons of money. We're losing our riches. You know, the labor is one of the richest assets a company can have. Is labor. But they don't want to pay for that labor. And so for the next 40 years, you are tied into them plantation under your own will. And it wasn't something that they held you up. It's not something where they captured you, put you in chains, and put you on a plantation to work. We went through their process, the education process, got stamped and approved with these degrees, and went back on the plantation freely for the next 40 years, for our income to be controlled for the next 40 years, and we call retirement. In your retirement years, of course, in your earning years, you might make $100,000. You might feel you're doing good, but once you retire, that income is cut in half. So we have to expose our kids that you got to understand 40 years from now, what are you going to look like? You got to understand 40 months from now, what are you going to look like? 40 days from now, what are you going to look like? And if it's not benefiting you in 40 days, why are you doing it?
Your comments on that, Dr. Eurydice? I know you have a wealth of education and a wealth of degrees.
You're preaching. Praise God. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. That scripture came to me. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And I thank God for Mr. Keith and other clients that I have. It's just amazing the people that God is putting together. it's like a wake-up call. That's my mission. Like with these non-for-profit, I'm teaching them about self-sufficiency. That's why I'm telling them don't depend on grants so much. Let grants be a start. But just don't let it be permanent. And funders are looking for non-for-profit to have what is called a sustainability program. They do not want non-for-profits coming to them year after year after year. They want to give you seeds to grow and to go on, and that non-for-profit needs self-sufficiency as well. Nobody wants to be an ATM machine. So, Mr. Keith, you hit it on the nail. You hit that ball out the ballpark. Yes, and that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about as well. Yes.
Sister Robinson, can I add to what Dr. Moore is saying? Because it's very critical.
Absolutely.
And the sustainability piece is very critical. Grants is a hook. And the person at the other end of the fishing pole can reel it in anytime. So you have a lot of non-for-profits are competing for a very limited amount of money going towards grant. And then there are also what we might call grant redlining, too. I mean, there's a such thing as grant redlining where a lot of money won't go to black non-for-profits. So we're going to have to create, once again, that whole ecosystem where we're self-sustaining in our processes. And so where we're not dependent. And that's what this whole process is about, being independent of people that control you or have no real interest in your how can I say, in your well-being.
Because once they give you the funding, there are a lot of attachments that come along with that funding.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
you become co-op.
Yes. And if you do not use it in accordance with what your agreement was, you can wind up in deep trouble and also lose your status with the IRS. Can you not, Dr. Eurydice?
That's true, and you can end up in jail.
Yes, even more important. Woo.
Yes, you can end up in jail. If you don't follow the guideline, and if you don't report, and if you misappropriate funds, yes, you can serve jail time. There's a lot of preachers that's in jail. A lot of preachers. I had a client, and I had to talk to him very sternly. You need to do this quick, fast, in a hurry. Someone donated a car to his church, but he had it put in his name. I'm like, that is not your car. That vehicle belongs to the ministry, and you better get that out of your name quick, fast, in a hurry, because you can go to jail. IRS see this. See, the funder can put you in jail, and IRS could put you in jail. IRS could fine you and put you in jail. The whole 9 yards. So I had to speak very sternly to him. You better get that out of your name. Yes. So if you want this grant money, you better know what you're doing. I do offer grant management, and I encourage people, let grants just be a stepping stone. You don't want to stay in it. You want to create your own money. I'm in agreement with Mr. Keith. I'm in agreement with him. It's sustainability and self-sufficiency. That's what we need to be about as a people.
And people of all different hues, lifestyles, who have a dream and who want something better for themselves and their communities. This is information that can save your life as well as the lives of others and keep you on this side of the jail cell. Because that is not a good place to be. If you are thinking about doing something that it's in the back of your mind. You've been thinking about it, and you just can't seem to move forward on it because of the thought that you don't have enough knowledge, information, and definitely finances. Because you don't have that, it's a not only a mental challenge, but it's a spiritual challenge at the same time, because you're fighting forces that want to keep you in fear, in doubt, insecure, because you don't have what you think you need. But once you make the decision, and Dr. Eurydice, as you said, this was ordained. You did not look for it. It found you. So you have to get still and listen to the still small voice that points you in that direction. And then move on that direction, not be afraid of that direction. And that's a challenge. And for those of us who are listening online, if you would like to share your thoughts and comments, we'd love to hear from you as well. 515-605-9325. And you got to press 1 to speak. So we're going to go back to this call here, 800-937. Maybe you're with us now and you can tell us what your thoughts are this morning. 800-937. Okay, we will open up the mic for area code 706-202. Are you with us this morning? Thank you for joining us.
Grand Rising, Sister Zelda, and to Dr. Moore, and to the brother that was speaking that was part of the school system. This is Brother Kwame in Georgia.
I want to say that sounds like Brother Kwame. Thank you for joining us, Brother Kwame.
Well, thank us for being here. You know, it's divinely orchestrated, and you're very correct. The thing that we have to understand is that this is the time in which Creator has given us a cosmic consciousness to bring about change. And the things in which all of us are speaking to is how do we take our power back? Because the brother was correct, you know, the urban area is a new plantation. No more, no other time in the history of this Turtle Island is that you have more people in an urban area than you do a rural area. And that's by design, because economics deals with basically three things: land, the mineral resources and things that come from the land, and the labor that works the land, and the management of those resources. And what he's looking at in sustainability is what we did when we came out of our enslavement and were re-enslaved. But what we're speaking to now is the sharecropper. We've now gotten free and become the sharecropper, because you are always given credit to grow and do the work that was necessary to run the plantations, and these are the new plantations. I did a presentation this weekend called the Overground Railroad. The Overground Railroad Spirit gave to me is that Harriet Tubman followed the drinking gorge. She followed the heavens, and she led our people through nature. And she took them to freedom, where they began to own their land and became self-sufficient. The thing that we're looking at that has to happen is that we have to develop that again, because we have to get those people out of the urban plantations and back to the rural area, where they will be able to economically develop land to even sustain and feed ourselves. Because the thing is that our children believe that everything grows in Walmart, Kroger's, or A&P, or whatever grocery store they go in.
All right,
they design our communities as urban deserts, because even in Chicago, the thing that's defined as an urban desert is anywhere that within a few miles radius that does not have transportation to where you can get to a sustainable store. So now you have these Arabs and Koreans and stores in there that's only selling death food. And so we're looking at, we once had Whole Foods when you went to your grandmother's house and you could go in the backyard and pick greens and get a chicken out or go get eggs out of the chicken coop. That was a Whole Food store. And we have to understand our ancestry. We are people of the land. And what we have been done is by design to disconnect. And I love Dr. Moore because what she's done is found out the secret: taxation without representation. That's all it is. That was what the Boston Tea Party was about. The taxation that they charge you for doing the labor because you got degrees and you work for corporations, but they design themselves, their children, they say, go to school, get an education so you can take over the corporation. We don't do that. We go and our children now walk across the stage and get a degree and a credit debt.
You better
simultaneously, they get a degree and a credit debt that they're already $100,000 or more in debt just because they got knowledge.
So true.
We did more with less than we do now because we had the lady that lived down the road taught the school where all the children were able to give them the right knowledge in order to sustain themselves. This is why Booker T and George Washington Carver and Mary McLeod Bethune started our own institution, because they knew how to bring out of our children. See, education in their system is to put into you and train you to be what they need. Education comes from a Latin word, means induce bread. It means to bring out of the child what its purpose is that he came on the planet for.
Excuse me.
So
Can you
go ahead.
Can you go back to the word Turtle Island for those who may not be familiar?
Turtle Island is the indigenous people of this land called North America. The original name was Turtle Island. And so what they did is came to the west and they took the land from the people and gentrified. And we have to look at the other thing that's going on right now here in Georgia. There's a big thing of gentrification. I looked at Chicago when I come back to visit my mother and look at the east side of Chicago and all the brownstones and everything that used to be on South Park and Lake Park and all along the way is all taken back. We've got historical monuments saying this is Bronzeville, this is this part. Yeah, we used to live there, but the University of Chicago had a plan from the 50s when they did the experiment and said if we take monkeys and we stack them on top of each other, and what would they do? What did they do? They reproduced and they killed each other. And what did they do? They designed Robert Taylor, Stateway Gardens, the Icky Home, all the projects. That project was the whole part of the new slave trade. Because the third, and see, she was right. If you do wrong with the allocations, you go to jail. But what did they say with the 13th Amendment? Even though emancipation only means transfer of ownership, does not mean you are free. So don't believe the hype, because they wrote it into the 13th Amendment. It says neither slavery nor indentured servitude, except if you are duly convicted of a crime in the United States or all of this Commonwealth. Who writes the law?
Emancipation.
Pardon me?
Emancipation, transfer of ownership. Awesome information that the general public does not know, and you are such a wealth of information, Brother Kwame. Please do not go anywhere. Stay close. We have to have you continue with this conversation here on the Female Solution on Monday Morning Mindfulness. You stay close and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Beata, your holistic life coach. Every Friday morning, I'm on the Female Solution. I'm also blogging live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soul Purpose Healing, where I help you get back into alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. On Sunday, you can call in at 215-383-5863 or go to www.blogtalkradio.com/soulpurposehealing. When I'm not doing spiritual adjustments on Blog Talk Radio, I'm helping clients reduce the stress in their lives with EFT, essential oils, and cost-saving health plans like Ameriplan. Ameriplan is a better way to save money on your health care expenses. There is more information on how to contact me at www.yourholisticlifecoach.com. Till then, stay in joy.
Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light transcends culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I am Director Shin-Suk Kim of the HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com.
While taxes do provide the funds to pay for our services, high taxes can drive business out of our city. Residents then go out of state to buy gas because our gas taxes are so high. And when they buy gas, they stop and buy many other items. Lowering gas taxes will keep those residents and dollars in our city.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Hi, this is Maika, and I want you to join me every Thursday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And let's talk about it. There are so many interesting things to talk about, and we have many thought-provoking discussions. We have amazing guests on the show, and you'll find real transparency, a really peaceful environment, also a healing environment as we do EFT and other healing modalities to bring ourselves into congruence and balance. It's also a child-friendly environment. And we have an open mic. All you have to do is press 1 to be heard and to say what you have to say. No fear, no fake, real truth. That's what you'll find on my show. Visit our archives at the Female Solution on Blog Talk Radio and listen to past discussions that are intriguing. Call 505-615-9325. Invite a friend and listen in, and I'll see you then on Blog Talk Radio. Let's talk about it with Maika every Thursday.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening. And thank you for joining joining us on Monday Morning Mindfulness. Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. And my very special guest today, and I finally got the name right, Eurydice, Dr. Eurydice Moore. Did I get that right?
Yes, yes.
It took me a minute, but I got it. And her client, who is helping people as well, who are making a major difference in the way our children are taught, and that would be Mr. Keith Whitsey. So if you have a dream today, your dream job awaits you in the form of your business LLC. That's right. You have been blessed with the gift of thought, the gift of breath, and someone didn't make it here today. Someone closed their eyes last night and didn't wake up this morning. So the fact that you're listening to this program, if you're listening online, feel free to send us your comments and suggestions on social media, Zelda Speaks, as well as Twitter and Instagram. Excuse me. And if you are one of those listening and you want to share your opinions, we'd love to have those opinions. 515-605-9325. We welcome your thoughts and your suggestions. As Brother Kwame was saying before we went to the commercial break, all that we have been taught is not really the truth of the matter. As we live, move, think, and have our being here on Turtle Island, as it's called, Brother Kwame.
Yes,
You
and
can
that was
continue that thought.
And that was a very important part, what you spoke. And what's the only vowel in the word truth?
You.
And so when you understand your truth, you can live by your truth. Half truth is a whole lie. Half truth is a whole lie. And the understanding that is a whole lie. So what we have to begin to understand, and Mr. Whitfield has validated that by understanding in the CPS, understanding that they were not empowering our children, they were training them. The Miseducation of the Negro was a book written many, many years ago, and it still holds true for today, because within the Negro was the black man, and within the black man was the African. And so what we've come is full circle, and understanding that the first institutions of learning were in a land that people look like us, and what that was put over the doorway, it says, man, know thyself. If you know yourself, as Rumi says, everything in the universe is within you. When will you learn to use yourself? When you have universal knowledge, that's why the institutions are called what? Universities.
That's right.
Because that's where they take the knowledge that they burned our libraries down and began to put their information in libraries and institutions. Because you look at the University of Chicago and looking at its history, James Breasted founded the Oriental Museum, but he got money from Rockefeller to rewrite a book that he had published about the Nubians who had a civilization before they put the Aswan Dam there in order to cover up all of the historical information. They have taken our information and our truth and given it back to us in bits and pieces with their pictures and their faces and their wording as to what knowledge is. But within us, in our DNA, and it's grateful that Dr. Moore and yourself, because it's through the black woman, the first mother of mankind, that is in her DNA. Her DNA carries, that mitochondria DNA carries the record of who we are, and what has to happen is being able to get us to go back into ourselves and tap into that.
Dr. Moore?
Yes.
Your comment?
Wow.
Excuse me.
It's, praise God. This is really awakening, and this message has to go abroad, far and wide, and I see it in our youth, and I'm seeing it in the politics. I'm very proud that 800,000 people have registered to vote, and I'm very proud of the advocacy that's happening in Chicago, with the unjust killing of the McDonald situation, and we had two black guys, African American activists standing up, and we need more. We need more, and we need to point our people back to self-reliance, back to self-sufficiency, back to sustainability, and then downright back to God.
And thank God that people are finally waking up, because there is so much turmoil all over this world, and right here, especially in the city of Chicago. I'm very grateful to be a part of the solution to help to get the word out about what's going on in this mayoral candidacy. People are registering to vote in numbers, in droves. Dr. Willie Wilson who is running for the city of Chicago. He's the 2019 mayoral candidate, and he was just recently endorsed by the Spanish Coalition last week. If you go to YouTube, the Higher Learning Network TV show channel, you'll see part 1. Part 2 is still uploading now. And you will see that those who may have thought that Dr. Willie Wilson didn't have a chance because of a so-called speech impediment, that he does have a chance. And people are coming out in groves to support him because they know where his heart is. And when you know where a person's heart is and has been over the past 30 years, then you know that you would be remiss in not participating in an effort to improve the quality of life of people all over the world, all over the city of Chicago. And of course it has effects all over the world, because what happens here happens elsewhere. And the fact that our Keith Whiskey, who is doing such a wonderful program with the children, he is making a difference with the children, who will, for generations, continue the effort with the new ecosystem that he has devised. So thank you for that, for sharing that information. I'd like for both of you, Keith and for Eurydice, to give us a closing thought on how we as a community of human beings to make this world a better planet in listening to the still small voice that is within all of us to do the work that is necessary to make that happen.
Okay, I'll go first, and I'll let Dr. Moore go second, so people can so she can leave an indelible mark in people's minds about the work that she does. Once again, I just want to thank you, thank you, Zelda, for allowing us to come on the show and share our experiences and our purposes and our mission in order to help our community. So I really want to congratulate you and thank you for this opportunity. And I want to thank Dr. Moore for allowing me to speak based on her confidence and trust in me and her belief in what we're doing. It's all in alignment. But I guess my parting words would be that we have to bring and develop the resources in our community to do for ourselves. That is not a new idea. That's an old idea that was lost. We have to go back to it. When we lack resources, we become different types of people. In other words, we start grabbing whatever the limited resources are. We start killing each other. We start this division. There's a lot of toxic type of activity. What we want to do is to help our young folk be exposed to the real world before they hit the real world. Actually, they're in the real world. And we need soldiers. We need mentors. We need every stakeholder for the betterment of people to really come to the forefront to get things done. And hopefully through this process we could do that. And I just want to thank you for that opportunity to say, to speak to the people about that particular process and the experience that we need to go through for that to happen.
Thank you so much, Brother Carmen. We greatly appreciate and we look forward to having you on in the future.
Yes.
Keith, would you like to give us a closing comment?
I believe Keith gave his closing comment.
Oh, did he?
I too like to thank you, Zelda, for the invitation, and I like to thank Mr. Wissy, my client. He's on fire for accepting the invitation to be on the radio program with me. I'm so grateful, and I like to piggyback off of what Mr. Wissy said. Everything that he said, is true. We need to look within ourselves, and we need to generate what it is that we need. God has put a lot of things in us, talents, gifts, abilities, skills, and then we need to keep our connection with the Lord and then move forward in wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and creativity. And I'm a woman of faith and prayer, and I truly believe that we can't do anything without God. We need His guidance, and we need His correction, His guidance. We need His help. We need His strength. So, in all that everybody said, we need to have God in the equation of what we do in order to fulfill our mission. So thank you once again, Zelda and Keith.
And thank you and Keith. And I need both of you to give out your contact information, your websites, and any other pertinent information you think that would help our listeners move forth in living their dream, because the dream is more than just a job to go and work for somebody else. You've got a natural gift, talent, and ability, and you've been sitting on it. And you don't have to sit on it anymore because you've got people here to help you. You don't have to know these people. You just have to know that they are here for you. And these are they don't even have to be in the same city. With technology, you got a phone call, a text, and an email, and a website. Hello? Let's make it happen. So let's give out that contact information.
I can be reached at 773-544-5341. Don't forget, I got a special going on, end of the year special, 501c3 for $500. I am also on Facebook, Instagram. My name, Eurydice, More. You can look me up on Facebook. You can look me up on Yahoo, Eurydice More at yahoo.com. And that's it, just waiting to hear from people.
Okay, Eurydice, now you have such a unique name. There may be someone who's listening who, what did she say? So let's try that again one more time, and we're going to spell that really, really slow, because I consider myself to be not a commander of the so-called English language, but I have some challenges with it. So I'm sure somebody else may have a challenge as well. So on behalf of those people, I need you to spell that name one more time, very slowly.
One more time. And yes, you're a great radio personality. Through the years, I have listened to you. Eurydice. Eurydice More, Moore at yahoo.com. Yeah, and I'm on Facebook as well.
And you're on LinkedIn as well, too, because that's where I found you. I've been following you for years. You probably didn't know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm honored.
I may not say anything, but I'm always on the lookout. Even, before I left commercial radio, gospel radio 1390, V103, WGCI, WJPC, you name them. I always wanted to talk radio because music, I love it. I love gospel music, but there was a yearning in me to do more, to talk about the songs that were being sang, I'm saying that wrong, talk about the songs that we heard. I thought those songs needed to be not broken down, but just a better understanding of it. So this platform that I am giving here on the Female Solution allows me to do that, and I can interject that every now and again without being preachy. You know what I mean? So I thank you for being a follower of mine, and I as well of you. So thank you so very much, Dr. Eurydice Moore, for being a guest on the Female Solution. May you have continued success and growth, and all that contact you will do the same. And I thank you, my listeners on the East Coast and on the West Coast and in Asia, Africa, Russia, Germany, Europe, all over the world. Thank you for tuning in this morning to the Female Solution for Monday Morning Mindfulness and making this a part of your day. And if and when you get a chance, remember to practice that 5-minute meditation. If you tuned in late this morning, it's okay. You can hear that 5-minute meditation or smaller version of it online at my YouTube channel, which is Zelda Speaks Mindfulness. If you would like to connect with me during the week, you can do that by going to zeldaspeaks.com and connect there. Send me your email address. You can also connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff. So stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to tomorrow morning on the Female Solution with Mama Joy, our global ambassador, community ambassador. Thank you so much. God bless.
We've come to the end of our show today, but you can hear every show in the archives at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. You can also hear today's show on the Female Solution Facebook page. Go to www.facebook.com/thefemalesolution. Leave your comments about today's show. You can always reach me on my website at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Watch our TV shows, listen to our radio shows, order our books, and be sure to get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussion. And to our global family listening from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, Sheshe, India, Zanyaba, Japan, Arigato, Korea, Kamsahamnida, Russia, Spasiba, Germany, Danke, Poland, Dziękuję, France, Merci, Spain, Gracias, Italy, Grazie, Egypt, Shukran, Ghana, Medasi, Nigeria, Eshe, South Africa, Ngiyabonga, Senegal, Geret, Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan, Shukriya, Afghanistan, Tashakor, Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.